Do you think? Common answers. Yes, definitely. Yes, absolutely. Yes, totally. Yes, without a doubt. Yes, undoubtedly. Yes, for sure. Yes, no doubt. No, definitely not. No way. To some extent. Not completely. Question 1. Do you think that English is a difficult language to learn?
Yes, definitely. It's so difficult to remember all the words, especially the long words like sophisticated and longevity. In addition, the grammar is tricky because of the tenses and the prepositions by, at, for and of. I never know which one to use. And whenever I speak, I don't feel as comfortable as when I use my native language, of course. It's quite challenging. I guess it requires a lot of practice.
Question 2. Do you think that the pace of change will continue to increase in the future?
Yes, without a doubt. Because of scientific development, the pace of life will keep on getting faster. 10 years ago, in my country, very few people had the internet. But nowadays, everyone has the possibility to be online at any time using their mobile phones. 10 years ago, roads were still narrow, and the number of cars was almost limited to taxis. But nowadays, most households own a vehicle. In the future, things will almost certainly keep on changing. Children may stop writing on paper and only use a computer in high school. People will definitely be able to travel more often thanks to new forms of transport. Who knows? We might soon move to another planet. Anything is possible.
Question 3. Do you think that people's attitudes towards traditional celebrations have changed in recent years?
Yes, definitely. I guess that nowadays people have more money than in the past, so they don't depend on anyone to help them celebrate national festivals. In the past, the government used to organize parades or events within the local community. Nowadays, people stay home, watch TV, and fix their own dinners. People used to be very excited about Spring Festival. Nowadays, we all feel a bit bored with the food we get or the CCTV gala we watch on New Year's Eve. Everything has become too common. People are used to having whatever they want when they want it. We have undeniably been spoiled.
Question 4. Do you think that art should be taught in school?
Yes, definitely. Art is one aspect of the culture, so it's important for teenagers to learn about their national art since it represents their national cultural heritage. In addition, when they are younger, drawing and painting can definitely help children develop their imagination and creativity. Teachers should definitely guide students to develop their artistic skills.
Question 5. Do you think that most people in your country eat healthily?
Yes, to some extent. People in China have always eaten a lot of vegetables and cereals like rice, and that is definitely healthy. In addition, people are richer than in the past, so they can buy many different kinds of products. It's become possible to drink milk and to eat meat or fish on a daily basis. The food we get these days is definitely very nutritious, but on the other hand, many people also buy a lot of junk food, lots of snacks like chips or candy. This is detrimental to people's health. On top of this, people don't cook at home as much as families used to, and the food in restaurants is usually very oily. New lifestyles, new problems.
Question 6. Do you agree that advertising can be dangerous?
Dangerous? Well, I think the word dangerous is too strong here. But I definitely agree that advertising could mislead customers from time to time or tempt people to buy more. But this is the aim of advertisements. As long as the advertisers don't lie to the public, I think people should use common sense in order to realize how serious an ad actually is. I read in a magazine that a man in America sued a beer company because the commercial said that he would attract girls if he drank that particular kind of beer. But unfortunately for him, nothing happened, even though he drank many bottles. People should not be too naive.
Question 7. Do you think that parents and children can be good friends?
Yes, it's definitely possible, but also difficult. In my country, many parents are strict with their child. They expect a lot from their kid, and they also want to control what the child does all the time. So it's impossible for such parents to become friends with their son or daughter. But if they communicate and trust each other, and if the parents give some space and freedom to the child, then they can definitely build a friendly relationship.
Question 8. Do you think that people behave differently when in a group?
Well, yes, to some extent. Some individuals might be shy when they meet new people. Some might try to be nicer than they really are, because they really want to make a good impression. But I think that some people who are confident and relaxed will definitely act the same, whether they're at home with their family or out with new acquaintances.
Question 9. Do you agree that you can't understand today's world without knowing about the past?
Yes, totally. Whatever happened in the past definitely has an influence on today's situation. This is why it is so interesting to study history. History can explain today's economical situation. It gives an explanation for the geographical borders of countries or the traditions we follow during the national festivals. If we look at American history, we can clearly understand why people think it's such a big deal to have a black president for the first time. Because 150 years ago, they still considered African Americans as slaves in most states. The past definitely explains today's world and our attitudes towards it.
Question 10. Do you think that men and women want the same things in a relationship?
No way. Well, at least in China, men want a beautiful girl who can get along with their parents and do the housework, whereas women wish for a considerate and smart husband who can make them happy. Our expectations are totally different.